Good evening, all.
Good
Hi,
evening,
good
ma'am.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Salam
ma'am.
alaikum.
Good
Very
evening.
good. Very good evening. Very good evening. So, how are you? All going good?
Yeah, all good,
Alhamdulillah.
ma'am.
All good, ma'am.
Yeah, all good,
All
ma'am.
Yes, all good, ma'am.
Yeah, all good.
Great. Great. So, this session, no, like we are going to have, no, the next few sessions is going to be about HRM, Human Resources Management, and Business Organization and Management. So as I know, like mentioned earlier in my previous session, I think so. This is a common, no, like subject, no, like for most of the MBA to whichever specialization you belong to. So this is a common subject. So we are going to see, no, like an overview or no, like little brief about no few concepts. So today it is about the principles and trends in HRM. So what are the principles of human resource management? So based on few principles, each and every HR department in organization it functions, and the trends. What are the new trends? That is happening in the HR field right now, like whichever industry it belongs to, and the features. What are the like conventional features, and what are the new features added to the added to their HR functionalities, the objectives, why HRM, benefits, scope, where it can be applied, to which extent it can be applied, all these principles and like other functions it can be like applied, the techniques, processes, and problems and challenges faced by the HR people in organizations. And then we are going to see about HR planning. So it depends on the type of organization where the planning is done. So government and private, they have different plans for recruiting people. And also the fact depends on whether the organization is small or big, whether it is private organization or like public limited. So everything matters. Okay. So let's start. Yes. So as you know, human, it refers to people. Resource, it refers to the assets. Resource refers to like everything, whichever is the base for like whether it is a product or service or anything. It's a base. So when coming to the in point of the organization, resource means assets, the basic assets needed for the function of the organization, the flow of the organization. And management is nothing but coordination and control. So why it is done? To achieve the organizational goals. So HRM, it's like a function or a practice, like a practice of recruiting people, training people, and like making them like understand their authorities and responsibilities in the organization, and managing them, managing the like a human resources, as long as they stay in the organization, or sometimes whether if it is a government organization, even after the people like retire, even after the employees retire from the organization, so the department completely takes care of their pension, gratuity, and like all the schemes like to which they are eligible based on the tenure they had in the organization. So not only that, like any employee, once the person is inside the organization, so after some time, there should be a development in his career, development in his or her skill sets, and understanding of the organization, coordination between the other employees with the other employees, so that the organization also grows along with the employee. So these are the principles of HRM. So any HR department, it functions on few basic principles. Credibility, there is a quality of being trusted and believed. So whichever employee, whatever level the employee, belongs to, if he or she faces a problem, the immediate person, the immediate person, the employee, like goes to, like is the HR department. So regarding salary or regarding, like interpersonal conflict or like other than the immediate supervisor, usually the employee contacts the what do you say, the HR department for anything. So and then is competency is something like you have to make the human resource in the organization like they have to think that like they are working in a competitive environment. So it shouldn't be like, okay, they are coming for work, working for the salary for which they are paid for, and no, like, and then after some time they leave the organization and go. No, it's not going to be like that. So whichever industry, like whether the employee is working in an IT industry or a BPO or marketing or service sector, that doesn't matter. There should be a competitive environment. Why? Why there should be a competitive environment means, like it will, like make the employee, to work more, to commit more to the organization, so that the employee learns more, to be adaptable, to make himself or herself adaptable to the new technologies, adaptable to the organizational flow, and adaptable to the rules and regulations followed in the organization. So this is the responsibility of the HR department to make the employee understand about the need for competency as long as the employee is working in that company. Communication, which is like at most important in any organization or any level of management. There should be a clear communication. It should be precise, and like whether it is a like upward communication or downward communication. Upward communication is something that the worker level, the line workers like communicate with the top management through the middle management. And downward communication is something what the top management communicates to the line workers or the worker management people through the middle management, or sometimes directly to the worker management people. So this communication, it should be very clear, and there should be clear communication between different departments in the organization, and there should be communication between the employees themselves. No interpersonal communication. It should be like very precise and clear. It should be timely as well. Few information has to be like well in advance. It has to be informed to the management or to the employees. Cost effectiveness, so it's responsibility of the HR people, like not only the finance department but also it rests with the HR department to like maximum they try to like cut down the cost. Sometimes they may lay off like people whom they think they are not best to the organization, or they may think like there is no use in keeping the employee for like this longer tenure, no longer time, or because or otherwise like they may think that employee is not ready to adapt to new technologies, not ready to accept new changes. So it's better to move the employee like somewhere outside the organization. So in these cases, no, it's very difficult, like for the HR people, to make the employee understand why the employee is not fit for the organization at that particular point. So to cut down the cost, and to cut down cost at like any levels, it's completely trust on the HR department. Creativity, like there should be some like creativity in the work area, so that the organization can adapt to the new changes which is like prevailing outside. And control over everything, control over the communication, control over the work culture, control over the structure, control over the employee interpersonal like or communication between the employees, everything, control in everything. Change, adaptability to the change. Commitment, make employee understand why the company needs their commitment level. So the more the employee is committed to the work what he or she is doing, the more the employee will develop, as well as the company, the organization also develops along with the that is like grows along with the employee. So these everything, all these principles, it's in the hands of the HR department. These are the responsibility of the HR department to make sure these principles are followed strictly to maintain a like a good flow in the organization. Features of HRM. It's inherent part of the management. We know very well. It is pervasive in nature. I mean, you can like see everywhere, like HR, they are functioning. If like in case of finance, we can see wherever there is a money flow, finance department takes control of it. And in operations, wherever the operations are happening, the operations team takes control of it. And like when coming to marketing, wherever the marketing is happening, they take control of it. But when coming to HR department, even the top management, they come under the HR people. So even their salary, their like whatever, like how much they are worth for in the company, everything like managed by the HR department. So you can see, let's available everywhere, in each and every department, in each and every level of the management, you can see, the functionality of HR is, like prevalent. It is based for all functional areas, yes, and people centered for process. So completely it's people centered. It is a complex, dynamic, and continuous process. So as long as the organization is going to exist, the HR process, the process of recruitment, the process of training, the process of development, it's going to continue. It's a complex process. Why it is termed as complex process? Any idea? It's dynamic because it's going to provide as long as the company is going to exist. But why it is considered as complex process? Anyone? Yes.
Maybe
Why?
because
Mm,
they complex because starting to end of the employee, like when they come into the organization, each and every stage of their, like um, hiring, firing, or whatever appreciations has to be given, everything comes from HR, right?
exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes, it's almost right. But to be exact, why it is now considered as a complex processes, it's difficult to know, like choose the right person, from a group of like aspirants to the right job. It's very difficult process nowadays because the HR department cannot completely rely on the qualification or completely rely on the experience or completely reliant on any skill set, which the employee, which the like that person possess. Because after like getting into the organization, once the person is completely into the system of the organization, sometimes like they may feel, the HR or department or the supervisor or whoever team leaders may feel, no, this person like needs more training, or this person, no, it's not fit for this role, or this person can better perform, no, if he is, no, he or she is, no, put into another department but not in this particular department. So in this case, no, it's very complex for the HR people, no, HR department team, no, to decide on, no, how to, no, like manage, how to process with that, no, like employee. So it's very complex, no, picking the right kind of people, no, right kind of person, no, for the job at the right time. It's a very complex process, and you have to retain that employee. If the employee seems to be, no, like working good, no, like, or exactly fits the role, and it's the responsibility of the HR people, no, to retain the employee, no, at least for some point of time in the organization. It is based on human relations and includes personal functions. Human relations, everybody has, no, each individual has, no, their own value, their own beliefs, their own attitude and everything, which impacts the interpersonal communication or interpersonal conflict, no, in the organization. So human relations, no, it's very important, no, like it's very difficult to handle as well, no, like in the organization. It is a challenging task. Of course, it's very challenging, not till the employee, like leaves the organization. Even after some time, no, even after an employee leaves the organization, no, it's a very bit challenging task. And once the employee is out of the organization, he or she may demand, no, like no, this is not the, no, like right kind of incentive which I'm, no, like supposed to get, or I have been not paid enough, or my gratuity is only this much, my no, like PF only is this much, no, HR department is not supporting me in any way. So all these, no, challenges, no, the HR department faces. Objectives. So why HRM? Organizational objectives is, no, like acquiring the right person for the right job with the right skill set, with the right qualification, with right kind, no, like right experience at the right point of time. So that is the organizational objective. So to help the organization in recruiting people, so HR department has to, strictly follow this. Functional objective. So it's not only, HR department, they don't function alone. So they are not known that the, I mean, they are not like working alone in the organization, and they know all their operations, it doesn't completely rest within the department. So you can see HR functions in each and every department, because Each and every department comprises people, comprises employees. And personal objectives. Personal objectives, once the employee gets into the organization, it's a responsibility for the HR department people, to train the employee to acquire new skill set or acquire new knowledge, getting them, like adapted to the new technology, new change in the organization and everything. And you have to like give them training, you have to develop them so that organization also develops along with the employee. Societal objectives, so it's legal, ethical and social. Legal is like strictly maintaining all the laws, all the rules and guidelines, like provided by the legal firms, or the like the court orders or whatever, the government, every information from the government side, like they have to completely follow that, strictly follow that, and like make themselves adapt to new changes according to the change in the government. And legal, I'm sorry, ethical is like having some ethics in the work culture. So for example, like we can like provide a proper like a kind of like provide a amenity for crushes. So if there is no like enough number of women employees, like we can the department can like speak with the management and provide crushes for the children of the employee, women employees, so that like they can be like be with their children, the children all at very young age. And social responsibility nowadays, it's becoming more important for each and every organization, because the whole the government bodies and the legal bodies, they are like looking into each and every topmost organization, and checking whether they are like involving themselves in any social activities. So creating schools or dispensaries, that is like hospitals, and like empowering women by like recruiting more women employees, or providing them some kind of like work from home opportunities, and like disposal of the industrial waste, whatever, and minimizing the waste in the organization, in case if it is a production company or a warehouse, distribution center, like minimizing the waste itself, like it's a good action towards the society. So this can be achieved by the HR department, so if they completely like cooperate, coordinate with the employees as well as the management. So this HR department, they function as the like mediators between the employments, all the employments, whether they belong to any department in the organization or any levels of management in the organization. So they act as a mediators between the all the employees, workers in the organization, and with the top management. HR planning. So why it is more important? No, why HR planning is more important? So of course, to appoint right persons, to pick up the right persons from a group of people, like person for the right kind of job, and retaining those persons by providing them like a training, and like training classes or sessions and everything, and make them make use of the latest technology or the latest trends which is available in the industry, prevailing in the industry. So train on them on the new technology and everything, so that they can adapt those technology to make the work easier, so the organizational goals can be achieved at the earlier stage itself. So these are the like overall like the principles, and like the I mean their functionalities and everything, like so in the organization, the HR department's importance in the organization. So when coming to HR planning in government sector and private sector, so in government sector HR department, the planning for the manpower is it's completely different. So first, the HR department analyzes the need for the people. So whichever sector, like private or public or government, or like private limited, or no incorporation limited companies, LLC companies, whichever the organization is, or whether it is no big, small, or medium sized organization. So whatever. So first and foremost function of HR department is to know the need for the people. So first they have to check whether there is a need for the people presently in the organization. If yes, they have to check on which vacancy is right now available. So or no which is going to be available within the next few weeks or few days or few months. So they have to pre-plan accordingly. So in case if a person is going to retire in next few weeks or a few months, they have to plan accordingly to make sure the position which is going to be vacant is filled immediately. So if you take an example of the government organizations, the positions are filled based on few aspects, which is appointment to legal hair. In case the employee suddenly passes away, so the employment is given to the legal hair. So if the legal hair is at the right age, and is fit to join the company, fit to join the organization, based on the educational qualification as well. So the vacancy is being given to the legal head, or otherwise publishing in media. So you very well know how the exams are conducted. They call for the candidates to appear for the examinations like PSC examinations, what do you say, UGC and UGC examinations, and UPSC examinations. So they give they publish in media that this examination, government examination, railways or bank, whichever, so it's going to happen. So interested candidates with this qualification, they can apply for the post. They have to initially write the examination and get qualified. There will be a qualification mark or a cutout marks or something. They have to get qualified for that. After that, there will be another round of selection process. So after going on with the reserve category and filling up the reserve category and everything, finally the list is being issued. And then so after everything is done, there will be an interview process. So candidate is directly called for interview, and their original certificates are verified, background check it's verified, everything is done. And finally the organization, the government organization, it releases the list of the finally selected candidates. So either it can paste the selected list, it can be pasted in the government organization where the person is being recruited, or no now, or even government organizations now, they have websites, their own websites, it is published in their websites as well. So when coming to private organization, the process is completely different. Of course, the initial process is need for people. They have to check whether whether there is a need for people, and then they will come with internal resources. So whether transfers or through transfers or promotion, is there is a chance to fill the gap, fill the vacancy. And they go with the external resources, that is, they will ask their existing employees to refer their friends or their family members to the designations, or they publish in the newspapers or other medias, or the organization will be having their own website. So they will be asking candidates to directly apply on their company website. And then they will categorize, consolidate, and finally they will have a list of people whom they are going to interview. Information would be sent to them. So interview people will be called for, and base interview will happen. So maybe skill set, if the position requires a particular skill set, the person will be who is appearing for the interview will be made to attend the test, and based on the marks, a final interview will be conducted. After verification of the certificates and everything, selection process would be done. So in government agencies, there is no probation period. Only in few sectors, no, in government industry, I mean government organization, there is a probation period. Otherwise, if you generally see, there is no probation period once a candidate is selected for the government, selected for a position in a government organization. Whereas in private organizations, there will be a training period, there will be a probation period. So only after that, if the company sees, yes, this candidate is fit for the organization, fit for this role, then they will know the employee will be taken into the system. That is, they will be coming in the payroll of the organization. So these are the differences, and this is how the HR planning, no, the human resource planning is done in government sectors and private sectors. Okay, scope of HRM. So where they can no extend their hands for help, where they can no help the organization, no, like in meeting the organizational goals, or where they can help the employees, no, like to make them no committed to the organization, or no, like make them retain in the organization for some time. So if you take a look on personal and labor aspect, first and foremost thing is manpower planning, which is completely done by the HR department. So that's their duty. Recruitment and selection, their duty. Induction and placement, their duty. Training, development, transfer, layoffs, remuneration and incentives, everything, no, like completely, no, it's a duty of the responsibility of the HR department. So they have to do this. But when it comes to welfare aspect, no, like they can recommend the to the top management that these facilities can be made available in the organization, or no, like very near to the organization for the benefit for the of the employees. Like canteen and crashes, canteen can be made available, and crashes, as I said, no, like if women employees or no, like more crashes can be no made available, and lunch and restrooms, not just providing lunch and restrooms, but it has to be maintained, no, like properly. Housing and transport, that is a few companies like banking organizations, or no, like public limited companies, no, like they provide housing to their employees. The housing will be provided very nearby to the production plant, or nearby to the office premises, that is the organization premises, so that it would be easy for the employee to commute to the office premises. Transport can be made arranged in case no, if the if the employee is required to work for no, like more hours, no, after the required time, say if the employee is working even after no 6 p.m, so for 2 hours, so by 8 p.m, no, it's very difficult for the employee no to reach the his home. So the transportation facilities no can be provided, so that no, like the employee will not feel no disoriented no with the organization, no, like so the employee will feel no, yes, the organization is taking care of my safety, so it's concerned about my safety. So the employee will have a no, like a thinking of no, like retaining in the organization for no, like longer period or some more time. Education facilities, no, it can be provided to their children, the employees children. Health and safety, they can no, like start dispensaries, no, like hospitals, no, like small hospitals, no, in the organizational premises, or no, like very nearby to that. Medical assistance can be given, like what do you say, ESIC in India, no, it's ESIC, no, it's which is provided by the government organizations, or even private limited companies, no, they also provide ESIC benefit to their employees. And recreation facilities. Recreation facilities is something no taking employees no with their families to a no, like to an excursion or to a tour, or no, like giving no, like opportunity to not spend quality time with their family to somewhere no, like they can no send them for a tour. So in this no, like in these ways we can no, like make the HR department no, like make the employees no, like be happier, be motivated, be committed towards the organization. But this has to be no, like it has to be discussed with the top management. Only with the approval of the top management this is possible. Industrial relations aspect, so they have to know coordinate, or no, like they have to abide with the unions of the no, like of the employees, because sometimes no, like not sometimes no, most of the times no, like unions they always interfere no with the management decision. They don't accept no few management decisions regarding the work timings, or regarding the salary or wages, or regarding the amenities no, like provided by the top management in the workspace, everything no, like so always there will be a kind of no, like friction between the organization, top management of the organization and the union. So this is the responsibility of the HR department, people, to maintain, to mediate between these two parties, and like make the workflow like smooth. Collective bargaining is a concept, like which the employees they all come with their like needs and applications. So everything will be collected, all their needs and applications for providing few facilities will be collected by the HR department people. So they can like if they want to add or edit or delete something, they can do it, uh, but they have to properly communicate with the employees. So they themselves can decide on few things, whether to like discuss this with the management or not. So that can be done, and once everything is finalized, they can take all those applications to the top management, and they can speak for the worker management people, that is the line workers. Grievances handling, of course, each and everyone in the organization will be having one kind of grievance or something, so everything is handled by the HR department. Disciplinary actions, so immediately you can or no throw out an employee of the company. So initial there should be a warning, like given to him. A verbal warning can be given to that person. And if the person is not changing like the way the person works, or no character, or whatever the way the person speaks, or his or her attitude towards like other employees, a memo can be like given. And even if it is not working out, like then the employee can be either demoted. The employee is not accepting the demotion, like there is no other way. The department has to lay off the employee by properly communicating with the employee why the employee is being laid off. So that has to be done. Settlement of disputes, so if there is an organization, the disputes obviously it will be there between departments, between various level of management, and between workers, between the employees of one department with other department, or between the employees of the same department. So always there will be a dispute. As long as the company exists, there will be a dispute. So each and every time any employee who is facing the difficulty, or who is facing like any conflict with the management, or conflict with their superior or team leaders, or conflict with the subordinates, they immediately like go to the HR department for help. So it is a responsibility of the HR department to settle all these disputes by making them like sit together, communicating with them, making them know, letting them know what are their duties and responsibilities in the organization. So these are all the aspects where the HR department they can give a helping hand in the organization. So these are the HR techniques for evaluation, that is evaluating the employee, evaluating the workflow. So these are the few techniques, but a detailed like information, or detailed principles about how these techniques work out, everything we will be seeing it in the forthcoming session. This is just for the reference. So in this list, a few are very important key performance indicators for HR, and employee satisfaction survey, career management tool, and HR auditing. So these four techniques are very important. And I have seen, like this HR auditing is a repeated question, like almost for past 6 or 7 years, I'm seeing, like few universities. So the questions, will be asked, in this topic, HR auditing. What is it? So what are the principles? Why HR auditing is done? Why HR auditing is important? Everything. It is nothing but like to make it very brief. It's nothing but like the HR department conducts audit in each and every department. At the same time, an audit is necessary in the HR department as well, to cross check whether they are going in line, whether they are meeting the organizational needs, whether they are meeting the employees needs. So this is called HR auditing. We will be seeing it in detail in forthcoming sessions. There's a process of
Ma'am, can you just repeat those points which were important?
Yes, key performance indicators for HR.
Okay.
It means key performance indicators is which department or which set of people or which level of management, no, they contribute more to the HR department so that the HR department functions well. So those are no key performance indicators. And employee satisfaction survey. It's nothing but a no like a survey form which is being distributed to the employees, checking or asking them how much they are satisfied working in this company. And career management tool, CMT, and HR auditing. So out of these
Thank
four,
you.
I would say HR auditing is no like very important. You have to know like we need to have a no detailed study about that. CMT is also no like important career management tool. So these no career management tool no like it provides few training and no like developing techniques no to improve the skill set of the employees. Okay. Fine. So next we have no like process of HRM. So what is the process? How these can be achieved? So how an HR department no function, taking no like function in a step-by-step process. So first we have to know like assess the risk. That is assess the risk, opportunity, and impacts across global compact issues area. That is what no how the global no like happenings may affect the employee or the workflow in the organization. Recession like pandemic and no like inflation rate no like increase or decrease in inflation rate. So these things affects the number of people no working in an organization. So sometimes the company has to no lay off not a single person but a group of employees no in order to no like cut down the cost. So these employees can be contractual workers or no like full-time workers in the organization. So it's very difficult for the HR people no to make the group of people no who are being laid off to make them understand why they are being laid off, what is the reason, and no they have to no convince them no why it is being done. And then define the goals and strategies and policies. It is all the company's goals and no policies and strategies no it should be no clearly explained to the existing employees in the organization, and implement those strategies and policies to the company across the company's value chain. Now, throughout the all the departments no all the departments in the organization they have to know implement these strategies. And the HR department has to know like keep an eye on no how no like how the workflow is going, whether the employees or no strictly adhering to the rules and no other policies in the organization. Measure and monitor impacts and progress towards goals. So how they can measure, they can they have many measuring tools like they can conduct performance appraisals, they can conduct a one-on-one counseling session or one with a group counseling session. And there are few measures no to assess and no to make the employees understand what are all the skill set they need to have more or they need to improve. And they can provide training on them on those matters. And then communicate all these no happenings to the top management, to the stakeholders, shareholders, and everything, and making them understand. And no like finally commit to the organizational goals. So these are the problems and challenges faced by the HR department people. So we can see one by one. Inter-organization, emergence of new technology. Uh, the first and foremost challenge faced by HR department is no like many employees they are not no like used to immediately change themselves or adapt themselves for a new change or new trend no which is happening outside. So to make the workflow easier or to make more production within a shorter span of time, or to know like give a quality service with the existing product, more quality to the existing product, the companies may know like the organization may adapt some kind of new technology like AI technology or robotics technology or whatever. So initially there will be like a non-acceptance from the employee side, so easily they cannot change their mind to adapt to it. So it is very challenging, no, sometimes. Otherwise, no, they may feel disoriented with the company, disoriented with the organization. They may leave the organization. Growing size of workforce. So as the workforce in the organization grows, so maintaining the database of each and every employee, their needs, and like it's very difficult to make it like to manage everything. And internal politics, that is, there will be internal politics among the groups, among the groups in the company, or among the teams, among the departments, or among the each and every level in the organization. So they have to handle this. Communication, so it has to be made sure that like proper, clear, precise communication is made on time. It can be between the employees, the communication can be between the departments, or between the levels of the management. So these are the inter-organizational challenges faced by the HR department. When it comes to psychological, human psychology, everyone has their own beliefs, own belief system, own attitude, own perspective of like seeing things, perceiving things. So it's difficult for the HR department to know like analyze and assess each and every individual, and check what is their actual need, where they have to improve. Will that if a training is provided to them, will that be like very impactful for achieving the organizational goals? Or once if the training the employee receives the training, and once everything, when employee gets to know how things are happening, if the employee immediately leaves the organization after getting the training, like it's very difficult for the HR department to like again recruit a new person, making the person understand the work culture and everything, environment, work environment, and then train the employee on like different aspects. And maintenance of human relations, again like completely human psychology. So these are the psychological challenges. When it comes to financial challenges, increasing cost, difference in pay structure, suddenly the management may take a decision of like laying in the employees, or cutting down the salaries. A percentage of a salary can be cut down, for various issues. For example, when this pandemic started, many employees were laid off. And for many employees, for other employees who were retained in the organization, their salaries were cut down by few percentage. So they have to make the employees understand why the company is took why the company took this decision. And no, they have to make them understand. And difference in
Yeah,
pay structure,
yeah,
yes.
ma'am. I face this problem.
Yes, of course. Almost no, all of us, like even I have no face this problem. Our salary, when I was working in my previous organization, our salary was cut down by 33 percentage. So it was no like, but the company gave, I mean, the company released the salary, on every month. That was the only no
For
like
few,
good part. Yes, yes.
yeah,
They didn't like hold up the salary. They were releasing the salary each and every month, even during the
yeah,
pandemic time, but it was cut down by 33 percentage for for at least for 1.5 years. uh, for 1.5 years, like we were like getting less salary. And difference in pay structure. So I think I've mentioned it before. Two employees can be like taken at the recruited at the same time. They may be having the same like educational background, or same experience, same skill set and everything. Even the percentage, like they would be
yeah.
falling
You
into
explained
like
this. This two name is Amita
exactly.
and Anjali.
Exactly. A pay structure. Oh, that is no like that is no like giving no, like giving promotion to no one employee. This is a pay structure. But no, like based on few things, no one person may be getting no like increase in a pay. I mean, one person may be getting no like more salary, when compared to the other person. This mostly happens in IT industry. So one would have come from no like very famous university, I mean very no like well known university. He or she would have done no like a BTech degree, like in engineering, in software technology or something. and the person would have been recruited, and another person would have been recruited for the same designation, say for developer, senior developer. If the company is recruiting 50 persons, it is not we cannot say that all the 50 IT professionals will be receiving the same salary. It depends on the their family background. That is also considered. If there is no like more number of dependents for the employee, the salary structure would be different. And the place where they come from, if it is a rural area or an urban area, so that also decides the salary part. And the experience and the skill sets, which they are not skilled in. And sometimes their coordination with the other employees and with their superiors inside the organization, that also defines their pay structure. So if another employee comes to know my colleague, we are in the same designation, same role, same responsibility, but why that person is being paid more? So this has to be handled by the HR department. They have to make these people understand. Legal challenges. So legal challenges comprises of there is always a change in laws and rules and regulations. When a government changes, everything changes. There will be no new laws, no new regulations, and everything. For example, previously it was only second Saturday, these government employees, they were getting off on second Saturdays. And but now when the government has changed, they have come up with second and fourth Saturdays, are off for government employees. So the laws and regulations, it keeps on changing. And regarding the other benefits, like PF for gratuity, the percentage of the percentage of the contribution from government and the organization side, that also keeps on changing as the government changes. So immediately the HR, it's a duty of the HR department, to make the top management understand the need to adapt the new rules and regulations within the organization. And they have to make sure it is being conveyed in a clear way. Clear communication is given to the employees as well to make them understand. And interference of trade unions, always there will be an interference, and that has to be managed by the HR department, since they are the mediators. Is it clear?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when we consolidate all these challenges, we can make it I mean, we can consolidate under 6 major topics, which is globalization and technology. Globalization is something that uh, nowadays companies have started functioning just like the companies which are functioning in other countries. Like we are accepting and adapting the Western technology or Japanese technology in our production, or in in other various industries. So this globalization has made a great impact in improving the work culture or improving the way we work. For example, I think at the start of the session I was saying that previously we used to know our parents or our grandparents, when they were working in private or government organizations, they are supposed to call their colleagues or superiors as sir, madam. But now it is not necessary. So we have completely many industries have completely taken off that concept of calling the superiors or other colleagues to sir or madam. You can now call them by their first name, mentioning Mr. Say, for example, like Francis de Souza, you can mention him or him as Mr. Francis. So that's very convenient. We are adapting the globalized, the way of running an organization. So, and then technology. Yes, new technologies arises, and we have to get adapted to the new technology. Managing the changes. So they have to manage the changes, wherever the changes come from, whether it's from the trade union, or whether it's from the top management, or whether it's from the workers side, or whether it's from the government side, or whether it's from other legal entities. They have to manage the changes. Human capital, manage the human capital. Responsiveness, make each and every employee in the organization feel responsible for what they are doing in the organization. and cost containment, which is like very important for the top management. So these people have to work or act in such a way like that all these are like they are following all these in the organization, and they are extending their hand to help both the top management as well as the employees in the organization. Is it clear? So we have 5 minutes more. You can ask your doubts.
Can you, mom, please? Managing change again, please.
Sorry?
Managing change.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Managing
Yeah,
changes.
yeah, please.
Okay. Managing changes is like, the organization is nowadays the organizations are not functioning in a conventional way. Very few organizations they work like they function in a conventional way. So now that trend happening within the organization has not changed, which is was not like prevailing before 20 or 25 years. So I said like as an example I said the changes may come from the top management, because they keep on changing the like adding few objectives, editing few objectives and goals in the organization. So accordingly everyone in the organization has to like work. So these changes immediately and adapting to those changes whatever the management is taking. So it's very difficult for any employee. For example, if they are saying our competitor is uh, working making a profit of like 2% more, so we need to work in such a way that our profit also increases like 2% or above 2%. So it's very difficult to adapt to those changes. Anyhow the employees presently they will be working in one particular flow. So if you happen to suddenly change the flow, whether it is going to be, whether the flow, if the flow is it's going to be very rapid in the future, it's very difficult for the employee to accept those changes. And changes may come from like government organizations, because they keep on changing the rules and like regulations and guidelines. So that has to be like adapted. The crop management as well as the workers should be made adapted to those changes. And it comes from the workers like worker level also, because their needs or their needs in their organization it keeps on increasing. They need more fun in the work culture, work area. They need more comfortable in the work area. And they need more freedom in the work area, where the premises where they are working. So that also knows like solely like everything depends on the falls on the HR department's head. So they have to speak well. Again, they have to mediate with the workers as well as the top management, make them understand why there is a need to like provide these amenities to the employees. So in order to retain the employees, in order to make the work like environment more flexible and more adaptable and like more fun. So changes it comes from all the side for an organization. Yes. Anyone else?
Ma'am, actually, I had this question. Last two chapters that we had no session.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, will you be providing us the questionnaire like end of the chapters?
Questionnaire.
Yeah, like questions. What can be expected in the exams? So just
Yeah, I
to give
think
an
I
idea what
gave
type.
an overview of the how the the pattern of the university questions will be. I think after we have completed this principles of management sessions, so I think
Mhm.
three sessions were taken for PM, principles of management and organizational behavior. So
Okay.
I think in the previous session, yes, we were discussing about how the questions will be asked. If it is a descriptive type, what could be the type of questions, question pattern, and if it is an MCQ type, how you have to answer.
For example, now
Hope
you just said that. Mhm.
Yeah, hope you have received the uh, presentation as well. I mean, the material
Yes,
for the last session as well. Yes.
yes, that I have received. And
Yeah.
I was just checking if there's some kind of question like define this and give this much to this and all, like that kind of question.
Sure. What I would suggest is no, like all the topics are no equally
And
important.
it is childish, but it would give an idea,
Yeah.
like how to.
Yes. But no, like I can help on that. Don't worry. No, like if it is an MCQ type of no, like questions, no, if you are going to attend, there is no other way. You have to know, like uh, study everything. There is no other way. But in case if it is no like descriptive question pattern, I can yes,
Mhm.
by like yeah, I can go through few question papers, no recent question papers, no like, and I can no like make that available to you.
That
I
would be
mean
so
that's
great.
top
Like,
rated
helpful.
questions, no top rated questions. I will know like make a list of those top rated questions that I can share with you. No problem. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I hope for Asian International University, the mode of questioning will be MCQ, right?
Regarding universities, no, like that don't have idea because that you need to know, like check with the no, like the representative of the institute that you have to check with them whether no, like your pattern of exam will be no, like whether it is MCQ or descriptive that you need to check.
So it will vary,
Yeah.
depends on the university. Is it that?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So we have to confirm because some of us, I think most of us, we didn't get this portal for our
Mm-hmm.
university. So this is where we get confused because we are all from different university. We applied for different university. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't know.
Okay.
Even if you give the questionnaire, we don't know still from our university what is going to be the questions,
Question
what
pattern.
type of
Okay. Okay.
pattern is that.
Okay, but
Yeah.
what I would my personal experiences like whether it is no like descriptive or whether it is MCQ question, it's better to know like have an idea of know almost all the topics. At least know like you don't have to know like I mean keep everything on fingertips, but at least know what is this concept. If you have a no idea of what is this concept about, you can very well relate that concept to the present organization where you're working in. So you will be having no generating no like more points for that concept for that particular topic. So try to know related to the present no like the organizational no like culture or the event or trend happening in your organization or in your previous organization. I mean wherever you have worked, like so you can generate more ideas no while you were answering the questions. That is my personal advice no like while attending the no like exam.
Do you have any reference for this HRM, ma'am? For any book? Uh,
Yes, I actually referred the books of Peter Drucker.
yeah, it's all included. It's all HRM.
Yes. I mean that guy's stuff, no, it's more than enough. I would say. Though it was
Okay.
not written long years back, no, like, but still those, no, like concepts, no, apply to the present organization functions as well. Only few things, no, or something, no, like new to the, no, present organization, like HR auditing is something new for this, no, like. Present companies. HR auditing is new, and like AI introduction of no like AI technology or the impact of AI technology in human resource department itself. No, like that is not these no few questions, no few topics or no something new. Or otherwise, if you take an exam, if you take a no like view of no other concepts and thing, no everything is now already like mentioned by that person, so he has now given a brief description about no all those topics. So personally I would refer Peter Drucker, but don't completely rely on Peter Drucker. Like you can like go with like many management authors have like they have come up with new concepts and everything. You can just have an overview about that. But what I would yes and additionally what you can do is there are many case studies, no management case studies, no easily available on the internet. So these case studies, no, it has these are the actual studies, no, which has been done in various companies, no, across the globe. So you can know, like, whenever you have time, no, like, go through those case studies, and you can actually, come up with your own case study, whatever experience you have in your organization. For example, if an event has happened in your organization, if a conflict has happened, no, between two departments or two people or two levels of management in your organization, that can be taken as a case study, and you can learn a lot of, like, I mean, more about that, like, event or something. You may be having, your own, like, idea of, like, solving, resolving the conflict, or your own idea of, like, solving the problem, and everything, no, you can, like, make use of that, apply, like, in your examinations. Regarding MCQ exam, in MCQ pattern, you don't have to worry. So if you have a good, like, not very good, but at least if you had the basic idea of few concepts, it will be easy for you to attend the questions. All you have to do is read the question, whether it is like MCQ or descriptive. Please read the question twice or thrice, understand what they have asked for. So clearly have an understanding of what is the question all about, what they are actually asking, and then go for the related answer.